Hello student, welcome to standard 9th history, and we are learning chapter 4th economic development. Let us begin part 3. In the previous lecture we have studied the first 5 years plan. Agriculture was given more priority. Then the second 5 years plan in the year 1956 to 1961, industrialization was given more priority. Now we are going to continue the third 5 years plan. This was started in the year 1961 to 66. This plan was aimed at bringing about a balance in industries and agriculture. So there has to be balance between industries as well as agriculture. The other goals of the plan included increase in national income, heavy industries, development in transport and material industry, alleviation of poverty, and to expand the opportunities of employment. So all these were the aims of the third 5 years plan. So the period was 1961 to 1966. After the third 5 years plan, 3 1-year plan were implemented in 1966 and 1969. So 1966 to 1971 would have been the next plan, but then this was not materialized due to two main reasons. That was, this was a period of intense famine. 1969 to 1966 to 69, famine spread all over the world, all over the country. That is Akal, Dushkal. Dushkal or Akal had spread all over the country. And second reason was due to the invention of China and war with Pakistan. So two wars we have to fight in the year 1961 with China and 1965 with Pakistan. And because of this, the government had to focus on defense rather than development related task. This was the reason why this 1-year plan was implemented. Also, the famine required the government to undertake measures to tackle the effects of famine. So several measures were taken. All these issues stressed the Indian economy greatly, and therefore these 3 years planning were done during those 1966 to 1969 year. Let us move on to the next 5 years plan, that is fourth 5 years plan. It was started in the year 1969 to 1974. The intention behind setting the goal of this plan were that India should become self-reliant. So we should not rely on others in any matter, and therefore self-reliant was given more priority. Government should develop the basic industry. The large scale industry should develop by government. Increase the speed of economic development and pay attention to establishing a socialistic pattern of society. Socialistic, in the socialistic pattern, whatever the means of production is, has to be distributed equally among the masses. Okay, that is the socialist planning. and here government wanted to have this pattern to spread in the society. At the same time, 14 major banks in the country were nationalized. Private banks were nationalized. This plan did not succeed as expected. The fourth 5 years plan did not succeed as it was expected. The economy had to bear the burden of Bangladesh war. So at that same time, Bangladesh war had taken place, and it was considered as East Pakistan. So now new country emerged, and that was Bangladesh, not an East Pakistan. So all the burden of Bangladeshis which were infiltrated has to bear by the country. The expenditure over the refugee had to be borne as well. So quite a many refugees came in India, and all the expenses has to be borne by the country. The Indian economy suffered due to the pay rise of government and railway servants and rise in the prices of petrol in the international market. So international market, per barrel the prices went very high, as well as pay scale had also increased of the government servants, and therefore extra burden fell on government machinery, and therefore this fourth 5 years plan were expected to increase lot of economy and self-reliance, but it did not. So let us move on to the fifth 5 years plan. The fifth 5 years plan started in the year 1974 to 1979. This plan was designed with the goal of making India economically self-sufficient by alleviating poverty, Garibi Hatao, and self-sufficiency, that we be self-sufficient on all the matters, especially the food grain and the industrial matter. The objective of the fifth plan were as follows: increase the national income, make large scale employment available, supply education, nutritious food and drinking water, to make facilities of medical treatment available in rural areas, to supply electricity and means of communication, implement social welfare schemes on a wide scale, bring about the development of agriculture, increase the basic industries, purchase food grain and other life sustaining goods by monopoly purchase, and make them available to the poor at reasonable prices through a public distribution system. During the fifth plan, it was not possible to achieve the goals of removal of poverty and increase in employment. In the year 1977 general elections, the Congress party was defeated, the Janata party came to power. The new government ended the fifth plan towards the end of March 1978 and started a rolling plan from April 1978. But it failed. In 1980, general elections were held for Lok Sabha. The Congress party came to power. The Congress government closed the system of rolling plan and again started planning like before, that is the 5 years plan. So my dear student, in this way 5 years plan were stopped, again it started, and this was given a long term perspective to the nation. So, in this way, we have seen the third 5 years plan, fourth 5 year plan, and fifth 5 years plan. In the next lecture, we are going to study the sixth and seventh 5 years plan. Till then, goodbye and have a nice time.